Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I hope you're well, and welcome to the Canadian haze that has descended upon Manhattan. So there are so many things happening right now. So before we pack up for summer, let's just see really where we are right now. Oddly, some properties are selling and some aren't. And there's no particular reason for one or the other to be happening. There's a bit of randomness happening in the market right now, and it's causing confusion. I have never seen so many factors affecting so many people in so many differing ways. The market's muddled. Many of the typical rules of thumb aren't even necessarily applicable. But regardless, the market's moving. April was slow, but it brought on a pretty robust May. And the fact is, like it or not, we're in a new normal of interest rates and pricing. Interest rates have doubled and prices have moderated by 5-10% as a result. And depending upon what segment you're in. So what we have to do is identify the cycle that we're in actually right now. And there is no better chart that depicts this than the one put out by Market Proof and from Noah and John of Urban Digs. It says it all. It shows the total weekly demand. It's really showing us the momentum in the marketplace, the pace. It shows us the contract signed activity since COVID. It takes us through every stage, the pandemic, the recovery while we were waiting for the vaccine, the continued recovery once we had the vaccine, FOMO, and then came the mortgage era. First, look at the aqua-colored bars. This was early 2022. People were rushing to buy because we were getting so many warnings that interest rates were on the verge of increasing. And then look at the light blue bars. Spring comes and boom. Mortgages started to spike and demand began to erode. But look at where we are now. Momentum has picked up. But why? Because increasingly, people are not only recognizing but accepting the new normal. And they are the ones who are jumping in. So folks who are waiting for a crash, if anything had happened, we're down 5-10%. And as a result, you see that momentum in the chart. That is not indicative of a crash or a significant price decline. And now we're really at the old age concept of the early bird gets the worm. And the market is not waiting for anyone. It is moving along. So look, it's impossible to predict the future, but experienced brokers, we're optimistic. Yes, rates are higher than they were before, but they're fair. And they will likely remain at this level for some time. So that circumstance is likely to stay the same. The question is, are you going to wait it out like a lot of people? Look, the title of my new newsletter for this month is, Are you planning on buying next year? So's everyone else. I always say that the greatest barrier to getting into Manhattan is not the price, it's the competition. Opportunity exists right now. You actually have fair inventory, fair pricing, a fair ability to negotiate, moderate demand. And that's way better than the alternative when everyone's trying to get in. So with the right strategy, there's opportunity. And remember, who represents you matters. Find someone with experience, someone you can trust, someone who does this 24/7. Anyhow, for more of this, please see my newsletter at robertocabrera.com where I get into a lot more detail. And don't forget, Burrows and Burrs, my podcast with my dear colleague John Engel in Connecticut, every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're also now on the Voice America Network, so catch us there as well. In the meantime, have a great June, and I'll see you back here in July.